Okay, here we are on another little slice of Ottawa. I'm going to try and hold the camera a little higher and direct it a bit better this time. I'm a little way from home in the evening, and this is Patterson Creek. You'll see where it is in relation to my home, but this is right next to the Rideau Canal, and this is groomed in the winter for skating. Of course, the water is much lower. They just filled the canal about a week and a half ago. Usually in the winter, the water's right down at the bottom, and they freeze it for skating. And then, of course, in the summer, they raise the water up right to the rim so that it can be used by boats. But they groomed this so you can skate all the way to the back by that little island there. And they actually sometimes put little ice hut refreshment stand right here on the ice, so then you could skate this way and skate right under Queen Elizabeth Drive, right under the arch of that bridge. So obviously the ice is lower than the water level now, so you don't bump your head. So now I'll cross over Queen Elizabeth Drive and we'll have a look at the Rideau Canal. Okay, look both ways, make sure we're safe. Okay, so here's where Patterson Creek comes out of from under the bridge, and this is the Rideau Canal. And we'll start walking to the north from here. This tree that you're seeing right now was damaged heavily in the 1998 ice storm, but now you can see that where branches were cut off, but it's recovering and surviving. So the Rideau Canal, of course, is a United Nations UNESCO World Heritage Site. So they do have along the way little historical plaques for the tourists to read. Okay. So now we're walking along the side of the canal. This side of the canal is Queen Elizabeth Drive, and the other side where you see the cars over there, that is Colonel By Drive, named after the founder of the city. Of course, Ottawa used to be known as Bytown. And right now we're on one of the many kilometers of bike paths or public recreation paths in Ottawa. They call them bike paths, but people use them for biking and running, walking, any kind of recreation. And you can see some of the plants and flowers here, and this is all maintained by the regional government or the National Capital Commission for Ottawa. All this land is, of course, technically not owned by the city but by the National Capital, so they are the ones that do the maintenance. In addition to all the nice flowers, you can see some dandelions there. That shows you it's the end of May, because almost all the dandelions have blown away. Very few yellow ones left, or puffball ones left. That across the canal, you can just see the roof of. That's Immaculata High School, which is one of the major Catholic high schools here in the city of Ottawa. Here's some runners and cyclers on the other side of the canal. Oh, and here's one of the Ottawa river boats. There's 3 boats like this that tour along the river, along the canal all day long, all summer long. So they just started. Oh, these guys must be on an evening dinner cruise, so they're all wearing the same hats. Of course, this is a long weekend here in Ottawa, so there's an extra amount of tourists here because this is the final weekend of our Tulip Festival, and it's also the Victoria Day weekend on Monday. So you can see there's quite a variety of trees, different species and flowers that the National Capital Commission maintains. And they'll actually change some of the flowers during the summer based on what's in season. You can see pine trees too. It's funny from here, if you can see way over there the traffic lights, there's a Greek takeout restaurant just the other side of there, and I can smell from here the Greek food. How's it going? I can't. I'm just making a film. I'm making a film for my friend. I gotta keep the pace. Enjoy your evening, guys. Okay, now we're coming up on what's called Pretoria Bridge. This boat, of course, lifts to let boats through. Hang on, how's the best way to film this? Well, here's the plaque about the bridge. And just let me walk to the railing to give you a better view of what it looks like from right next to the water. Okay, that's the intersection where the Greek restaurant is past the green lights there. And now here's the Pretoria Bridge and Ottawa Transpo bus going over. And you can see the middle portion is the part that lifts to let boats through. And this is a nice little area of the park just before you come under the bridge. Sometimes you see rabbits along here. But not now. Maybe it's a little late for rabbits, which is too bad because it's nice this time of year because they have nice little ones. But I'll come back maybe earlier some night. So we come out from under the bridge. And I'll give you a look at the other side in a minute. This now, of course, is Highway 417 or the Queensway. There's my building right there. There's the bridge. Nice view of Pretoria Bridge. The Royal Oak restaurant and pub across the canal. And then, of course, the highway. Okay, you can see from the sign that I can turn left here and go home to Elgin Street. Of course, that's the back of my building, but we'll go around to the other side. So now, out from under the highway, see some people sitting on the other side there. People walking. And then in the distance where the canal turns the corner up there, that's the buildings with the tower. That's the University of Ottawa over there. But I'll head up here because this will be closer to home. This building is an apartment building directly behind mine. And I was told it used to be a hospital, but I've never verified that, but it looks like a hospital. But now it's a residential building owned by the same property managers as mine. There's a little gentleman with his sword. Okay, I'm going to cross the street here. This is Argyle Street, which is directly to the north of my building. I think that's just about the right length if I'm going to film walks along the canal, because I don't know how much more memory or video I can fit on this camera or this iPod. That's Cartier Street. It runs all the way up to City Hall at the other end, and right next door to it is the armories of the regiment that I used to command. I'll have to video that someday. This is funny, here on Argyle Street. They dug up this whole street and repaved it 2 years ago for the federal government's action plan to restart the economy. And they put in all new plumbing, all new paving, redid the sidewalks, and now here we are 2 years later, and look, they're painting the sidewalk to trace the gas lines. So obviously they're going to dig it up again. This is typical. Keep people working, but keep redoing the same stuff over and over instead of coordinating it to do it all at once. But why complain? And here we are coming home from behind, coming back to Elgin Street. And I don't need to show you the rest, I don't think, because you know where I'm going from here. So long for now.